The second race of the Gatorade Cup Series postseason heads to the Kentucky Speedway in Sparta, Kentucky for the running of the KFC 400. After a crazy Pocono race, Chasers finished 1 through 6, and the one who won that race, Luke Rainey, starts on pole for this one, looking to keep that point to maybe win a second straight Gatorade Cup Series race. Beside him, starting in second, the 9 of Jeff Bright. In third place, it's Justin Zidell. In fourth, we have Max Rossi, and rounding out the top 5, Anthony Hernandez in the 13. Starting in 6th, it's Roman Fenway. 7th place, we have Eli Bright. Marshall Burrow in 8th. In 9th place, it's Brett Sierra. And rounding out the top 10, the 37 of Caden Lynn. Back by them, we have the 4 of John Smith. Beside him, the 51 Colin Teague. Then there's Riley Sprutub in the 22. And the 15 of Samet Oskin. Along with Evan Hunter in the 6. And the 52, Zachary DeLello. Then there's Sebastian Kukulan and Brandon Beald, who's inside the 62. Mitchell Collins now in the 36 for the final 9 races of the season after Griffin Lynn stepped out early. Jay Redden 53, who's outside there starting. Then we have Cody to the 42, Cody Anderson in the 95. Although it's Max Anderson and Derek Campbell the 32. Then there's Jake Galloway and Anson and Charles Bois, along with Jay Jefferson and Bibby Ruiz the 00. Then we have TJ Hanley and Ross McTrain, along with Scott Gregory and Riley Sampson. Then there's Keegan Thompson and Nonigan Scott, with Nathan Baird and Bronson Minnick, Jonathan Buford and Logan Williams, Riley Cresswell and Tiglia Pez, and rounding out the field, Levi Jones the 12 and the 8 of Conrad Evans. There's the 42 car field for racing at the Kentucky Speedway here for the second chase race of the season. Let's go down track to fire these cars up.
Drivers, start your engines.
You only have the front man.
42 engines fire up at the Kentucky Speedway. We're rolling for 41 laps here in the KFC 400. It was a chase race to remember for many of these chasers at Pocono as they finished 1 through 6. Luke Rainey winning the race, getting the 3 additional bonus points up on Jay Rando and Jonathan Buford. Caden Lynn, Anthony Hernandez, and Jake Galloway all finishing inside the top 6 at Pocono. We'll see if we can do some similar feat here in Kentucky, or will the chasers be spread out through the field? 41 laps, Luke Rainey, Jeff Bright, the front row, Green Flag Racing, and the Gatorade Cup Series at Kentucky. Anthony Hernandez already moving out of line in the 13. Down the back to turn 3. Gets beneath the 2 from Gray. Start on pole. Hernandez started a little bit further back in the 13, but off 4. He'll lead it. Will it lead at the start-finish line? Anthony Hernandez leads the first lap of the KFC 400. 3 wide to the bottom for Brett Sierra. Getting a push from John Smith to turn 1. Smith to the inside for a second. This is a very aggressive racetrack. These drivers have a lot of grip. They're able to make these big moves. We'll see Pack Racing all day long in this race, and maybe a crash or two if they get too over-ambitious. Burley to the second, trying to gain 4 wide behind them to the inside, shoving it his first race of the season. Mitchell Collins forcing to the inside of Beal and Bright to turn 1. Mitchell Collins already up inside the top 10. Riley's breaking for the lead. Collins trying to stay out in front of Cody Anderson. Behind them, they try to sort the 4 wide to 3 wide. It looks like they're going to be successful in doing that. Riley Sprue to the first non-chaser to lead a lap. As Hernandez led the first 2, Sprue is going to come off the corner and lead this 3rd lap. Mitchell Collins up to 2nd in the 36. Collins looking to give that 36 team something to look forward to this season. Last 9 races going to try and win 1. He'll get shoved high by Cody Anderson as Anderson will move low to move his way up to 2nd, and now challenges for the lead down the backstretch. You can see the pack already getting close together, 3 and 4 wide. Speaking of 3 wide, they're going to go 3 wide for the lead. To the inside, Derek Campbell going to take it in the 32. Kukulan, the 54, with them. Here comes the 15, Samet Oskin, and Jake Gowing, the 11, also moving on the inside lane. Hamill leads the turn when he led that last lap. Oskin on the inside, trying to get 2nd away. Meanwhile, look at where the 2 drivers that started on the front row are right now. Middle of the pack, Rainey and Jeff Bright. Outside middle lane, Levi Jones started on the last row in this race. Jones already up by them, so you can see with that right there, these 2 drivers start front row. Jones started last row. Jones is now by them, and we're only 5 laps down. So this is definitely going to be a race where we're going to see a lot of cycling, a lot of shuffling throughout the field. Luke back to 26, Jeff Bright 25th. They're still getting passed by Cole Luigi, Evan Hunter, and some others that are moving on the inside. 3 wide. That is for second. Caden Lynn moving low on Scott Gregory and TJ Hanley. Nottingham's got the 66 moving with Jonathan Buford. Buford has been on a roll the last few races in the 18 and still looking to keep that momentum going here. Kentucky has so many top 10s, so many top 5s this season. He's almost been unbeatable, but Luke Rennie winning that race got him behind by 5 points now, so Buford trying to get whatever he can on this day. He's moving for the race lead down the back. He'll get abandoned though, no drafting up to the 18 because Max Anderson forces to the inside. First, second place goes to 43. Here comes the 52, Zach on the level with them off 4. Anderson gonna try to be another chaser to lead here today. He's to the inside, and he's gonna get by Hamill at the start-finish line. Derek led the lap, but Max Anderson on the inside, our Season 8 champion, takes the lead away. Here comes that 52 of Zachary DeLello up to second and now for the lead. And Levi Schoen started back in 41st up to third in the 12. Now Schoen's going to get passed by Colin Teague, though, making a Rick Ware 1-2 as his teammate DeLello leads it. Here comes that 41 of Zidell, 96 Sharp, 1-1 of our chasers. They race down to complete the 8th lap. Zachary DeLello leads. Colin Teague to the inside of turn 1. Here comes that 96, the 81. And there's our pulse here, Luke Rennie. Already back up on the inside and now back forward inside the top 10. Now looking for the top 5. The 2 car looking stout early on. Able to find a way back down in line and has quickly moved forward. You see behind. Caden Lynn trying to get low. They're going to be 5 wide. Around they go, middle of the pack. Huge crash. Into the air goes Anthony Hernandez. Jonathan Buford also collected the 13, still sliding. He gets Nugget's gun on his lid. And a lot of cars involved in this one. The big one at Kentucky early on. Chasers involved, 2 of which were upside down. The 18 and the 13, 2 championship favorites involved. The 38, Riley Sampson Hernandez, still on his lid. Jay Rando. A lot of big names in terms of the championship are involved in this one. Galway may have also gotten damage. So Nottingham Scott, he got hit while the 13 was upside down. The yellow is out. The race leader looking for him. It's the 81 of Max Rossi. He'll come around to complete the 10th lap, but carnage here at Kentucky. Buford done. Scott done. Sampson done. Hernandez done. That's 4 chasers that are going to be out early on, many of which big championship implications. A huge crash early on in Kentucky, not even a quarter of the way through. Let's go see what happened here in the KFC 400. This was over-aggressive racing here at Kentucky as drivers are trying to get from the middle to the bottom. It's still early on. You don't really have to be on the bottom at this stage in the race. Caden Lynn was in the middle right behind the 4 in front of the 14. He tried to get down low in front of fellow chaser Riley Sampson. However, Sampson slammed the racetrack. He's getting typed. The 37 is not clear, so he has to go back up. Hernandez goes shoved to the inside of Sampson. That is now 5 wide through 3 and 4. None of them whatsoever. Sampson and Hernandez make contact. They get down onto the apron, and they both spin around right into the pack, collecting Oskin and Buford. Hernandez up in the air and up off the ground. Jonathan Buford upside down the 18 as he was on top of Derek Hamill in the 32. Hernandez then flips all around. Jake Gowie right in the middle of it, getting sideways, but able to drive that car away. It looks like it will have some damage, but could have been a lot worse. Jay Randall also involved. Colucci trying to get through it. Eli Bright, Riley Cresswell, Beal, and the 34 as well. There were a lot of drivers that were back around this one and involved in this one, as it was a big one at Kentucky. That is a hard hit for Hernandez, and look how fast that car was just spinning around. Scott Gregory, Nottingham Scott, got hit by him. I mean, that is insane what just happened right there. Look at that hit. Sends the 13 upside down, then the 18 on top of the 32. Look, it comes back down onto all 4s after flipping another time. Luckily, didn't go tumbling like we see in the past some cars do. And Anthony Hernandez slid all the way practically down the front stretch. Look at this 13. Right here off the corner. Upside down in the middle of the pack. I'm right here. Watch this. He is spinning into Scott. Both Scotts, Nottingham Scott, Scott Gregory, the 66 will be done. That's going to be another bad chase day for Nottingham Scott. Last of the chasers at Pocono after being involved in a big one. Here now hits Anthony Hernandez as the 13 was upside down. We have a few onboards from this one. Cole Luigi back around it. Looks like he was able to maybe find a way through it. He was at the back of the field, one of the last chasers. Did he pick his way through this mess? Right there, he had it missed. You just say Cody Harrison. So he does have some damage on that 4-2 car. Another car back around that's in the chase. Jake Galloway got some contact, but maybe is all right. Mitchell Collins also involved in the 36 right there. Go on board with Nonigan Scott, who looked like he hadn't missed, but the 13 kind of slid right into him as he was flipping. That's a scary feeling. That car is going faster on its lid than you are just on your wheels. That is insanity to see. One more on board. We're not going to go on board the 13. There's not much to see, but we'll go on board Jonathan Beeford, who was up in the air for a little bit in this crash. A crash collects about 6, 7, 8 chasers. One of them rides in third, but it's non-chaser Max Rossi narrowly missed down the chase, and a tie with Code Luigi for the wildcard spot. He'll lead us back to the green flag here at Kentucky as we're going green this time by. The car is out. Riley Sampson the chaser, John DeBeeford the chaser, Derek Kimmel, Nonigan Scott in the chase, Anthony Hernandez in the chase, Samet Oskin and Marsha Burrow. So 4 chasers out of this race, 35 cars left running. Other chasers are damaged. At the front, Max Rossi leads 2 chasers. Anderson, Charbot, Luke Redding. They have Colin Teague and Logan Williams. Zidell, Schoen, Smith, DeLello, and Fenway. That's the front tailers are back. 3 other chasers like Caden Lynn, Max Anderson. Baby Ruiz still going strong, but they have some damaged cars like Sierra and Collins. Jefferson, which of these cars are up to pace to get with this main pack? Looks like the 10 maybe a little slow, but Jay Jefferson looks pretty strong. Down the back, Luke Rennie moving low for a spot in the 2. Got by the 96, now trying to look to get by Max Rossi. Here comes Idell, the 41, up with the 2 car. Luke, that car turns well off the corner. To the inside for Luke Rennie. Side by side with Max Rossi down the front stretch to turn 1. Over 200 miles an hour to turn 1. Rennie takes lead. He'll slide up to give the bomb to the 4 Sean Smith. Smith to the inside, already by. Here comes that 17 of Roman Fenway. The 43 Max Anderson, another driver in the chase. Anderson needed good points after a mediocre day in Pocono. 15 laps complete. Roman Fenway, the 17, leads it. Max Anderson now in second. Zidell back down the inside, moving 3 wide for third in the 41. Luke Rennie can try and get down front to Lello. Looks like he will. All 3 Penske cars to left running. Spurgeon narrowly missed that crash. He was right behind it, but able to navigate through. He's still up here now with a shot to win this race. Baby Ruiz, a chaser, also up here. Evan Hunter, Jay Jefferson, Cameron Evans start last. He's up here as well. Zidell, the 41, he'll move out to the front. He'll lead that lap. Luke Franey still up here, started on pole and looking for a 2nd straight win in the chase. That would be a huge boost of momentum for that championship, especially with many of the drivers like Rando was involved in that crash, has some damage. He's a little bit further back. It's right there. He came in 2nd in points. John Weaver came in 3rd in points. He's out. Driver came in 4th in points. Kid Lynn is still up here. Driver came in 5th in points. Hernandez is out. Driver came in 6th in points. Jake Galloway has damages towards the back of the field. So, and you look even further back, Max Harrison came in 7th in points. He's still up here. Schoen's leads in the 12. Riley Sampson is out. So there are some names that were up there in points, and they're not going to be after this race. John Weaver, one of the big ones, along with Jay Rando, and possibly even, obviously, the 13, Anthony Hernandez. John Smith out in front. Riley Spurgeon in 2nd. Right now, Ford's kind of have the top 10 pretty much on lockdown with the 22, the 12, and the 4, and the 41, the 6. All these drivers, all these Fords are up here. Here comes a Toyota of Jay Jefferson. There's Conrad Evans. First time I mentioned the 8 car all day long. Missed that big crash, and now the 8 up for 3rd place as they move down the backstretch. Some of the lesser damaged cars are starting to make some gains using the draft. Sierra has some front-end damage, but it's not too much. He's trying to get the draft with Jay Rando, who's actually up here. He was spun around that crash, but still not too bad in the 53, obviously. And obviously, Brandon Beal moving up as well. He got some damage in that, but not too bad for the 62. And right now, they're 20th, 21st, 22nd. They're in the draft in the main pack, so they're there. They can stay in the draft and be good to go. Same could be said with maybe Jeff, Brant, Keegan Thompson, who are trying to gain on the draft. Up to the front, Riley Spurgeon leads in the 22. Roman Fenway moves to 2nd in the 17. Lap traffic, Cody Anderson is entering turn 1. Scott Greger's middle of the backstretch. Cresswell middle of 3 and 4. And that's it so far of the cars that are so slow that we're going to catch them. So Cody Anderson, if this stays green, will definitely catch at least 2 times, maybe even 3 times. We're coming around to 20 to go this time by. And Cody Anderson obviously very, very slow, and that's going to be interesting to see who he holds up in this pack and who's able to find a way around right here as they go through 3 and 4. Spiritu leads, Fenway in second, Teague in third, DeLello in fourth, and now Bronson Mick moves up to 5th. So a good day for RCR. Both their cars still the shot, but who's got a shot after lap traffic? Teague for second to turn 1. There's Cody Anderson. We're going to catch him this lap in the 95. Down the back, they'll catch him down the back stretch. Spiritu going to pull to the bomber. Around they go. Logan Williams and others involved in a crash. Look like the 8 also spins around of Conrad Evans. They collect other drivers like Bibby Ruiz, Hunter, and the 42 of Cole Luigi. Ruiz at Chaser is going to be done. Yepes also involved. Cresswell almost hits Yepes. Caution is out once again, just as we had caught lap traffic. Colin Teague leads in the 51. Question is, where did Cody Anderson fall to? There he is right there. What position is he in between? Is he going to be about 11th in line, 12th in line? You obviously don't want to be behind the lap car in the restart, but it looks like some of these drivers are going to be like that. So a caution just as we had caught lap traffic, but it wasn't caused by lap traffic, it didn't look like, as it was further back in the field race there, Colin Teague. That's because we happened to crash down the backstretch, and some more big names involved. Chasers involved. Logan Williams, one of the first to go around. I think I've seen more 5 wide at Kentucky here today than I have seen ever in the Gatorade Cup Series. There were 5 wide once again. John Smith, Yepes, Jay Randall, and Levi Shones, along with Logan Williams and Conrad Evans up top. And right here, they're coming off the corner. They're going to get too close together. 34 to the 53, up into the 8. Gets in the 47. They go down. Rando hits off, but able to keep it going straight. Evans spins around right in front of Luke Rennie. Zaydel also spins across the track. Others gassed up to get by. Luke Rennie misses it. Ruiz, who was on the brakes, was trying to get by and couldn't. Cole Luigi also involved. Others fly around through, and we're lucky that did not collect more cars because that could have been a huge one. And also points there, Luke Rennie was able to miss this. He was right behind the carnage and was able to get on the brakes, get on the binders, and get through. How about Jay Rando? Another one where he got some damage, got collected, but he was able to keep it going straight. Tegan Thompson got some slight damage right there in the 48 as he hit off the 34. And there's Ruiz and Luigi up against the wall, 2 chasers. Let's go on board with Cole Luigi once again, involved in the crash. Not too much damage, but still going to be enough to put him a little bit off the pace. That was a little bit harder hit than the first one for sure for Cole Luigi. Let's go for Baby Rose, his day done after running up inside the top 15 most of this race. I'm wondering if Luke actually made some slight contact with, I think that was Conrad Evans spinning around. Let's go board with Jay Randall, who once again was near a crash and got some damage, but he was able to keep going straight. Great job by Randall, still in this thing, and points there, Luke Rennie. Did he accrue any damage? And if he hit, how much did he hit? That was nothing. That was just a little tap. It'll be fine to go for the 2 of Luke Rennie. Still going to be in this thing for a shot at the win. Colin Teague had just passed Riley Spiritu at the yellow flag, so it's the 51 of Colin Teague leading in the KFC 400 at Kentucky. It's been a crazy one so far. 2 cautions. Chasers are out. Some chasers at the front like Caden Lynn and Max Anderson love it, but it's non-chasers. Colin Teague, Riley Spiritu leading this race. Green flag this time by in Kentucky when we take it. 15 laps to go here in the KFC 400. Cars out from this. You have the 1 of Scott Gregory, the 00 of Bibby Rue is big there, as he was one of our chasers coming in and came in only 9th in points. Not going to be what he wanted. Yepes and Cresswell also out. We have 31 cars left running. Evan Hunter, Keegan Thompson, Cody Anderson all lap down. 28 are on the lead lap. Cole Luigi Chaser back in 26th. You also look at Jake Gowen 21st. Luke Rennie now in 18th. Not too many chasers in front of them, like Anson Trouble on 13th. Brando in 10th. Anderson 6th. Caden Lynn in 4th. They have Colin Teague leading it. Riley Spiritu in 2nd. They have DeLello in 3rd. Caden Lynn 4th. Bronson Minnick 5th. Max Anderson, Brandon Beal, John Smith, Roman Fenway, and Jay Renault the front 10. Cody Anderson, the lap car, is going to restart in the 11th position, but is going to be slower, right in front of Rossi and Shones. Charles, Jefferson, and Cyril look to get around him as fast as they can, especially drivers like Jeff Bright, Kukulon, and Luke Rainey. Called Luigi, the 42, to the pit lane with an issue. Will it be catastrophic? It will be. He'll be out of the race, involved in 2 crashes, but obviously the damage is enough. Green flag back in the air, and how's the 95? Hold up the drivers on this restart. They're going to split them 4 wide. Luke Rainey might get stuck the worst. They'll get low. They try to shuffle around this 95. Kukulon halted the worst. Gao is well halted in the 11 car. They're still splitting 3 wide around. Everyone trying to stay with the draft as best they can. 2 teammates battle for the lead. DeLello low on Colin Teague. Luigi header issues put the 42 out, so mechanical issues strike the 42 in the chase. DeLello leads to turn 1. Highest chaser Max Anderson moves up to second. Sprotube now back on the inside for third. Anderson for the lead off 2. Cars in this pack still. Luke Rainey still here. Anson Travois still here. Sprotube to the inside of Anderson for the lead. Not too many chasers right in the front pack. Now it's about 5. You have Rainey, Rando, Caden Lynn, Charles Bois, Max Anderson. That's about it of those chasers at the front. Brandon Beal, KFC sponsor on that car. Beal looking for a win in the KFC sponsored race. He's right now moving up for second place on Roman Fenway. John Smith still up here, the 4, winner of the Penzo Truck Series race. Here comes Colin Teague in the 51. He'll move along Max Anderson, put the 43 back, but still Anderson, the highest chaser, as the next chaser is Caden Lynn, but he's way back here in the battle with Anderson, Travois, and Luke Rainey. Jake Randall's falling back a little in the 53. He obviously has some damage on that car from the crashes, but still going along, maybe trying to get into some draft here, get down the inside, get some draft. Jeff Bright, Sierra, Kukulon, Baird, all trying to latch onto the draft, stay with Mitchell Collins. That'd be about 20 cars. 21st on back or out of it. They have more damage than what these others in front have. So it's Riley Spurgeon leading the way in the 22 car. Right behind the battle for second. Colin Teague trying to fend off Bronson Minnick and does do that. So now Teague in second. Minnick in about for third with Zach DeLello. Then Anson Travois up inside the top 5. Jay Jefferson, haven't really called the 19 at all here today, but Jefferson up inside the top 6. Now moving for the top 5, and he might have a say at this. And also don't count out Luke Rainey. Missed that last crash. Started on pole. We know he's a fast race car. He's shown it throughout the day. Luke Rainey back up the inside trying to move forward as Colin Teague looks for the lead in 1 and 2. 10 to go. Colin Teague takes the lead away. Already, lap traffic looms up the road. It's Evan Hunter in the 6. Spurgeon wants to lead back from Teague as soon as he took it. But here comes Jay Jefferson. He looks lower, trying to get low on Spurgeon. It does get low. Jay Jefferson for the lead for the first time today in Kentucky. Bringing Luke Rainey with them in the 2. 9 laps to go. Jay Jefferson leads to turn 1 and clears the pack. But he's also bringing the fastest car of the day. Luke Rainey up to second. Starting on pole, we know he's a quick race car. He's showing it at Pocono, showing it again in Kentucky, looking for the lead in 3 and 4. Luke Rainey wants to be leading once we catch lap traffic, because Hunter, we're going to catch this time by in 1 and 2. 8 to go. Lap traffic. Evan Hunter ahead. Who gets by? Who doesn't? To turn 1. Teague will get around the inside. Others look to go around the top. Max Anderson through on the bottom. Rainey around on the top. Who else can get around the 6 car? It's the middle and outside lanes that don't go. Kukulon is through. Caden Lynn will get through. Jefferson blocked. Spurgeon blocked. DeLello trying to get around. Jefferson still trying to get around the outside the 6. He crowds him up but gets around. Everyone trying to stay with the draft. Fenway might lose it. The 17. And that's his teammate that's holding him up. But Fenway might be out of it. Even though he's a quick race car, don't know if he'll be able to catch up. Maybe if Cody Anderson holds up some more cars. Zidell, next lap car will catch. And then Anderson and Thompson not that far ahead. Colin Teague, where does he go around this 41? He'll go middle, get around. Max Anderson through. Jeff Bright halted from third. He'll have to get around, but still can't. Still stuck. Can anyone find a way around? We'll be a 2-car race now. They try to get around with 6 to go. Zidell holding the bottom lane up. Jeff Bright and others are on the top set, but the bottom, definitely the preferred lane, but no one can get around. The 41's holding the bottom. They're side by side for the lead. That's what third on back want to see. Max Anderson leads with 5 to go at the line. Teague now back to second. Kukulon is third. First time he's been inside the top 3. Beal fourth. Jeff Bright fifth. Nathan Baird sixth. Then Max Rossi's now up to 7th. Luke Rainey is 8th. Jones is 9th, and others. Will this stay green? And if it does, will they run down the front 2 who are catching 2 lap cars, Cody Anderson and Keegan Thompson? We'll see where they go. Anderson almost hits the 95, trying to get around him. He has to go really wide, but he gets around, and he's the only one to get around because Tega's halted behind the 2. Now can Max Anderson stay out front? Will the draft pull them back together? 4 laps to go for anyone to run that number 43 car down. Kukulon has to check up to get around Anderson, but gets around him. Jeff Wright will get around the inside. Luke Rainey gonna go low with Levi Shones. Beal trying to get low. Rainey trying to get through with Shones his teammate. Others as Anderson moves up top. Thompson still holding the middle lane in the 48. Still holding up drivers like Beal and Baird. Anderson lets most of the field go. A class act by Cody Anderson. But up at the front, Max Anderson leads this race in the 43. 3 to go. Colin Teague running faster at this stage in the race. They bow for 3rd, so looks like it might just be 2 cars unless those 2 get into some altercation. 2 goes the line. Kukulon actually pulls clear because of the draft. Doesn't look like they'd be getting draft from that far back, but they are. Teague is in the draft of Max Anderson. 2 laps to go. He's running faster for sure than the 43, that time by 3/10 faster. Teague gaining. Max Anderson trying to win a chase race as a chaser, just like Luke Rainey did last race. Behind them, Luke trying to battle, but no chasers are with them. Will be coming to the white flag at the KFC 400 for Max Anderson. He'll get 1st or 2nd. He's probably going to be the highest chaser. The question is, will he get the 3 bonus points for winning this race? Max Anderson leads at the white flag one more time around Kentucky. Off to turn 1. Max Anderson did a masterful job getting by lap traffic. And so far, it looks like it's going to pay off. Down the backstretch for the final time. And into turn 3. He did exactly what he needed to do, get by lap traffic. Off of 4, the 2nd chase race, and a 2nd chaser will win. Max Anderson wins in Kentucky. That is a big points day for Max Anderson, who had a mediocre day at Pocono. And he comes back, fights back with a win in Kentucky. 3 bonus points to the driver of the 43 for winning this race. That is major for his championship chances. Luke Rainey finishes, I believe, 2nd highest chaser. He'll still definitely be the points leader. Let's go see the finishing results and the updated points after the 2nd chase race of the season. Here's how they finished in the KFC 400 at the Kentucky Speedway. 2 caution flags in this race for 8 laps. 15 lead changes, 12 different drivers saw the lead here in Kentucky. And it's Max Anderson in the 43 reigning supreme. A chaser gets it done once again in a chase race this season. A good points day for Max Anderson to move up nicely in the point standings. Colin Teague ends up in 2nd, so close to running him down, but just couldn't get there at the end. Jeff Wright, a good day in 3rd. John Smith in 4th, and Zachary DeLello up front all day long, but gets a top 5. Good day for Rick Ware Racing overall. All 4 of their cars ran well. They all finished inside the top 16, 3 of which got a top 6, with Kukulon ending up in 6th. Roman Fenway 7th. Luke Rainey from pole ends up in 8th. Had a really fast car, but lap traffic impeded his progress forward, but he is still the points here with now 1st and 2nd place chase finishes. To start out, Levi Shones, his teammate, in 9th, started back on the last row, and rounding out the top 10, Caden Lynn in the 37. Good day for Penske as well. In those Pro Tube did not finish well. He was one of the better cars here today. He showed it leading 9 of the 41 laps, but unfortunately that traffic kind of impeded his progress. Jefferson Sierra also did well. Anson and Trabot, Jay Reno, 2 chasers, 15th and 16th. And then obviously Mitchell Collins, his first race of the season, a top 20. Not too bad for the driver of the 36, but think about the big change that we had from last race at Pocono. At Pocono, the front 6 were chasers. Now, besides Max Anderson, the next chaser was 8th place Luke Rainey. Only 3 chasers finished inside the top 10. Only 1 finishes inside the top 7 here today at Kentucky. So a lot different than what we saw at Pocono, especially when we look down at the bottom here. So look at 21st to 40th first. Galway 22nd, his 2nd straight 6th place chase finish. Just below him, a few cars down, Code Luigi, the next chaser. So only 6 chasers finished this race running. Code Luigi, the next chaser, finishes 31st with mechanical issues. So Luigi, the 7th chaser. And then you look down and you see even further down, Ruiz, and then Hernandez, Nonigan Scott, Beeford, and Sampson. So at the bottom, 4 of the bottom 5 were chasers, a complete opposite of what we saw at Pocono. As we look at the points on the right side of the screen, Luke Rainey 26 points and is still the points leader. Max Anderson, though, he picks up the win, gives those 3 additional bonus points for doing that. He now has 21 points, and he is now in second at 19 points. Both you have Caden Lynn and Jay Randall both at 19. But so far this season, drivers who have performed well, they've performed well in both races, and that's why they're so far ahead. You look at the next guy, and it's a good ways down. So at this stage in the chase, right now, about 4 cars have run away. You have some drivers with 12, a little bit further down. Jake Gow with 14. He's not terribly far back, but that's a good ways back. He has 14 points. Luke Ray, the points there is 26. That's already a 12-point swing. The only way to gain 12 points in a chase race is to have Luke Ray be one of the worst, and you win that chase race. So at this stage, 4 cars have broken away so far, and they've done a great job at the beginning just getting 2 solid finishes. However, still 8 races left. Many of these drivers know they are veterans. They are long-time racers in the Gatorade Cup Series. It is not over until the checker flag waves at Homestead. We've seen it too many times in the Gatorade Cup Series where it comes down to that final race and just a few points separates the champion from second place or even third place or fourth place. So this could still go all the way up. But for Luke Rennie, big day for him. He's now into the full season points lead, which is big to, if it comes down to a tiebreaker at the end, full season points break that tie. So you want to be ahead of, obviously, drivers like Buford or Caden Lynn or Anthony Hernandez. So another crazy chase race. Next one might be just as crazy. We'll go Super Speedway Racing at Pensacola. It's the Can-Am 500. I'll see you guys then.